Hello everyone, how are you all? I am Debottam, your host, and you are listening to Better You, Better Life, a self improvement plan podcast, season 1, episode 3. Before we move on, let us recap in brief about what we discussed in episode 2. We discussed about mistakes. We tried to understand the nature of human and what are the reasons that mistakes happen. As a result, what happens to us when we make mistakes. We also discussed that as a result of making mistakes, we sometimes we receive lots of criticism from others, from your near ones and from the society. How one should handle criticism as a part of making mistake and overcoming it. In today's episode, we will not be talking about any practices or any theory. Rather, I have taken few good stories of great personalities about their life mistakes and how they have overcome them to become better versions of themselves. It's my favorite. I have chosen Mr. Sachin Tendulkar and Mr. Mike Tyson. I have chosen both of them because they both are personally favorite to me, and it is irrespective of any profession or any personality. Their life messages are similar, so we can learn from any one of them. But for me, both of these personalities have been influential in my life. Talking about Sachin Tendulkar, as all of us know, that he is one of the greatest cricketers of all time, and his name has become a synonym with the game of cricket. However, even a legend like Tendulkar has made mistakes over the course of his life and career. In this episode, let us discuss some of the mistakes that Tendulkar made and how he was able to improve himself. From one of the anecdotes, the notable mistakes Tendulkar made was his inconsistency in the early part of his career. Early part in the sense we are talking about early 1990s, when he started playing international cricket and represented India. He had a reputation for playing flashy cricketing shots and getting out very cheaply. And this has led to criticism from the media and his fans at the beginning of his career. However, Tendulkar was determined to improve and work hard on his technique and mental approach towards the game. Over time, Tendulkar became more disciplined and focused in his approach. He began to prioritize his wicket and became more patient at the crease. This led to a dramatic improvement in his performance, and he soon became a reliable run scorer for India. The moment he began to prioritize his wicket, it was difficult for the opposition to get him out, and as a result, he started scoring more runs, more centuries for India. As many of us know, especially those millennials who has born between late 80s and early 90s, that Sachin was peak of his career and was scoring huge amount of runs. There were instances when Indian fans used to keep him as the last hope for India winning the match. The moment his wicket was gone, half of the television sets in India would turn off, thinking that now that Sachin Tendulkar is out, India is never gonna win that match. Another mistakes as an anecdote we can take from Tendulkar's career is that it was his inability to win major tournaments for India. As we know, Tendulkar has given us so many good memories in the cricketing field, but never ever it happened that his name was linked with team that has won a global tournament in the cricketing history. Despite his individual success and his brilliant performance in bigger tournaments, Tendulkar was criticized for not being able to lead his team to victory, say in the Cricketing World Cup. However, Tendulkar continued to work hard and become a key part of the Indian team that has won the 2011 50-over Cricket World Cup. He played a crucial role in that tournament, scoring about 482 runs at an average of 53.55 and helping India winning the trophy after a gap of 28 years. How can I forget? It was the date 2nd of April 2011 that he played his last World Cup match, and that's to ended. Tendulkar's commitment to self-improvement and his willingness to learn from his mistakes are what set him apart from the other cricketers. He was always open to feedback and worked tirelessly to improve his game. Even after retiring from cricket, Tendulkar has continued to inspire others through his philanthropic work and his dedication to promoting sports in India. He is a true icon of Indian cricket, and his career is a proof that the power of hard work and self-improvement can bring success. Despite making mistakes along the way, along the course of his career, Tendulkar never lost his focus and continued to strive for excellence. His legacy will continue to inspire future generations of cricketers in India and around the world. Talking about Mike Tyson, my second favorite for this episode, he is a former professional boxer and one of the most controversial figures in history of sports. Over the years in his career, he has made several mistakes that have costed him dearly. In few instances, it has costed him his career, his reputation. However, despite his troubled past, Tyson has been able to turn his life around and became a positive influence for others. Let us discuss some of the anecdotes from his life and how he was able to improve himself. One of the biggest mistakes Tyson made was his involvement in criminal activities. Without going into the detail, he was arrested and convicted of rape charge in 1992, which resulted in a 3-year prison sentence. This incident has squashed his reputation and put his boxing career on hold. However, during his time in prison, Tyson has a chance to self-reflect on his actions, and he strived for making positive changes in his life. After his release from the prison, Tyson focused back on his boxing career and made a successful comeback. He won several fights and regained his World Heavyweight Championship, but he still struggled with personal issues. He had a history of drug abuse and was often involved in violent altercations. However, Tyson was determined to change his ways. He kept making mistakes, but yet he was determined to overcome it. He sought help for his drug addiction and underwent therapy to address his anger issues. He later also became a vegan and adopted a healthier lifestyle. In addition, he began to use his platform to speak out against violence and promote positive change. Today, Mike Tyson is a respected public figure and a role model for many people across the globe. He used his past mistakes as a way to educate and inspire others to make positive changes in their respective lives. He has also become an advocate for mental health and has spoken openly about his struggles with depression and anxiety. In conclusion, what we have learned from Sachin Tendulkar, we could learn that despite you are famous, talented, mistakes can happen to anyone in his respective profession. What is important is you should not lose your focus and continue to strive for your excellence. It is not the way you make mistakes, but how you overcome it and make a comeback. And that's what makes you inspirational for others. In case of Mike Tyson, even though we know that he was known for many controversies in media, but he has sought out help. He made no shame in asking for help from others to help him to overcome his mistakes and becoming a better person. His story is also an inspiration to the power of redemption and the importance of self improvement. Despite his troubled past and other involvement apart from boxing, he was able to bring a positive influence on the world and a shining example of what can be achieved with hard work and dedication. So, friends, we have learned that mistakes can happen to anyone, and self improvement probably the best examples you can get only from the field of athletics or sports. The improvement invisible and the learnings which we can use in any other profession. However, that doesn't mean that we do not have success stories in other disciplines. You can check out ample number of examples you will get across the world, but it's the sports that teaches you so many life lessons if we follow it. I hope you found this episode helpful for you. In the next episode, I will discuss a bit more about making mistakes and how it raises self-doubt among an individual. Also, that's not the end. We will also discuss about how we can remove self-doubt from us within by working it out with an inclusion of small but simple practices to better ourselves. I thank you for listening to our podcast episode. Till then, keep bettering yourself. See you next time.